Good evening, everybody. This is Victor Kilo 4, Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Faryiryland. Current temperature outside at the present time is 29.7 degrees, 37% humidity, and 0.3 k of breeze. Okay, we've just gone 7:30 p.m., 19:30 hours. It is Wednesday night, so that means it's another VK4BAD bad net. It's brought to you on this frequency every Wednesday night at 19:30 hours, 7:30 p.m. in part of the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club's weekly net. Okay, I'll change my call sign over to VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. And we'll have a listen to see who's in. This is VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Now listening for any call-ins. Go ahead, please.
K4 Mike Echo Echo listening. Good evening, fellas. This is VK4 Echo Mike.
I only got a station ka-chunk on that one. Okay, so far I've got VK4 Mike Echo Echo Ian. And, correction, VK4 Mike Echo Echo Eric. And VK4 Echo Mike Merv. That Mike ka-chunk, go again. VK4BAD.
VK4IJP. VK4FAX.
Okay, we've got 100% on top of the last lot. Okay, following Merv, we have VK4 IJP Ian and VK4 FAX Don. This is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Listening for any more call-ins, VK4BAD.
K4 HLR.
Okay, we got 25% extra again. Hi. Okay, VK4HLR Russell. Is there anyone else want to call in? VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club's Wednesday night net. Call in now, please. Okay, by the sounds of it, it's going to be, there's a couple which are not on at the present time, but I know one is down in Brisbane town, and he won't be back until a couple of weeks at least. Okay, before we start the first round, last call. Does anyone else want to call into the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club before we start the first round? VK4BAD? Okay, nothing heard there. Okay, the list as we got it at the moment is VK4 Mike Echo Echo in I think it's Maidensville, but I can't be too sure. Inform me again there, Eric, on your next trip up. VK4 Echo Mike in Pittsworth. VK4 IJP Ian in Proston. VK4 FAX Don, situated in Toowoomba, Drayton actually, and VK4 Hotel Lima Romeo Russell in Wandai. Okay, VK4 Mike Echo Echo. Have a go there, Eric, VK4BAD.
Yeah, thanks very much there, Gary there, VK4BAD. Great to see everybody. Good to hear from you, Merv there. And, yeah, everything's going pretty well up here. Bloody dry, Merv. I don't know about down your neck of the woods there. You wouldn't want to have a grinder or a welder going and let a spark go. You'd have a major fire in your hands up here. But, yeah, not much you can do about it. I'm banging to find out when it's going to rain there, Merv. But anyway, very good evening to you there, Ian and Don and Russell as well there. And I've been trying to get a bit of a net going of a morning there. Like I get up, won't be long in summertime, and man will be up at 3:30 in the morning. And I've been trying to get a bit of a net going about 6 o'clock in the morning, or almost 5, 6. You know, as people are going to work and that, but I haven't succeeded much. But I'll keep trying and hopefully get a bit of a crew there of a morning as they're going to work or something there. But yeah, that'd be nice to go to there, wake up to and have a bit of a yak in the morning there. What do you reckon on that one there, Merv? VK4 Echo Mike, VK4 Mike Echo Echo there. Go ahead, Merv, over. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, roger that, Eric. Thank you very much indeed, and a very good evening to you all. VK4 Mike Echo Echo, this is VK4 Echo Mike. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea, Eric, that's a good idea. And how often have you been trying this? Well, what time in the morning are you going to, like 6 o'clock or something like that? If you give us the time, we'll see what we can do about that. Yeah, I haven't been getting on too much onto RDD because there's a problem with the antenna there and they're waiting for a new antenna to arrive. And since the antenna's been playing up, the group that usually gets on there in the morning hasn't been showing. And there's been a net there for many, many years on RDD. But anyway, Eric, tell us more, give us the time, and yeah, we'll see what we can do. I'll tell the other fellas anyway and see if we can't get some of the guys that can get into this repeater to drop in and help you out with the net. What do you reckon about that, Don? All right, on to you, Ian. VK4 IJP with the group, VK4 Echo Mike.
Sounds like a great idea. Sounds like a great idea, Eric. Only if I drove to work. I'd just sort of walk from one side of the house to the other, sort of. and the handheld wouldn't work. So I don't know. But anyway, yeah, why not? Let's see if there's enough interest around, and that I usually turn the radio on, but the radio's on and have a bit of a listen. So yeah, it'd be let's give it a go. So Eric, since it's your idea, you'll have to come up with a time, I reckon. And since I've only got to walk through the house, I don't leave early in the morning. Yeah, isn't it dry? I'm just absolutely. I know I'm only a newcomer to this region. I've only lived here for about 12 years. But golly gee, trees that I've planted, they're suffering. So I try to put a little bit of water on the trees, but the watering can doesn't go too far. So this is water we just collect in the showers and that. But and I'm watering a little bit of grass outside as we come down a ramp off our deck. So we can walk to the clothesline, a little bit of green grass, but it's all just struggling. And it's just so early, And all I can say is, yeah, I was happy that it was a little bit cooler today. A little bit cooler anyway. So, yeah, but man, do we need some rain? I think there's some forecast for Friday, Saturday, something like that. So 60% chance or 80% chance of nothing, or maybe 20% chance of nothing. That's probably the way it go for me anyway. But other than that, I've changed an aerial at Eric's at Russell's place. It worked for a day, then it stopped. So I've got to get back up there and have a look into that and see why it stopped so much. Other than that, I'm playing around with making because I've made a 6-metre flower pot antenna, and that hasn't been too successful. So I think now I'm just going to make a 6-metre quarter wave ground plane and keep it simple and see if we have any luck there. And that, but anyway, we'll see how we go. Other than that, just been busy doing things in the shed and in the house, in the office, trying to clean up a little bit. Man, I'm finding that's taken forever. And then what happens is I find things that I haven't seen for a little while. So I've got a job for that, so I'll go and do that. Anyway, that's about it, I think, so far for me. Other than playing with my test set and haven't had much luck there. Alistair's been looking at his. He's got some ideas, which he sent me a text message. Oh, by the way, Alistair is gone out for dinner tonight, so he won't be around Mike Victor. So we won't hear from him. So that's about it. Anyway, I'll down to Don and we'll see what's happening down that part of the world. And before we do, Gary, thank you for taking the net, controlling the net. Very appreciative. VK4FAX, the Bad Net Group, VK4IJP.
VK4
VK4IJP with the group VK4FAX. Yeah, good evening, Gary, Eric, Merv, Ian and Russell. And yeah, that sounds like a plan there, Eric, for a get-together 6 o'clock in the morning, I think you said initially. That probably suits me. I'm always up that early. Generally try to get over here and into the shack by then. Sometimes I get waylaid in the kitchen, but yeah, I generally go back to the kitchen about 7ish. So and get the breakfast organised. Anyway, yeah, sounds like a plan. That'll be good. I sometimes get on Peanut that time of the morning. FAAP and a couple others are generally there. Have a bit of a chat there. But yeah, there was something else I was going to comment on, but it's left the old brain box. But yeah, weather-wise, it's yeah, I don't know what it was today, 33 or something like that. And they say it's going to cool off substantially tomorrow, so that'll be pleasant if it does. And a bonus if we get some rain as well. Anyway, I'll put it over there to Russell, VK4HLO with the group VK4FAX.
VK4HLR, return VK4FAX and the group. Good evening all. Oh yeah, Eric, Merv, Ian, and yeah. Oh, excuse me, I'll turn the computer down. No, oh Eric. My eyes won't open that early in the morning, mate. Good Lord. What? Oh dear. I can't do that, mate. That's way beyond my capabilities, I'm afraid. But I hope you all have success with it anyway, mate. So, yeah, I suppose we could do it some more, like in the morning group. But we kind of don't get many. Well, we haven't done much today. Wednesday's housework day, I changed the bed, washed the sheets. Just kind of around and back and through and all the rest of the wonderful worldly things one has to do to keep one's house in order. But, yeah, no, it's a shame really, but someone's got to do it, I'm afraid. That's what I got. I haven't done nothing was. I went out yesterday, I bought the wire and all that to make me Christmas ornaments. I just got to get all some 25 by 25 box steel, black steel. That's the only thing. Then once I get that, I can start putting it together. I like doing it. I trim out the house for the kids, and you know, it's well, it gives me something to do as well. With that, we'll put it over to VK4 GRB BAD. I'll get it in a minute. Gary. Oh, I'll turn it over to you, Gary. GRB. I mean, it is. Don't worry. And we're going to put it over to you. So it's going round again. VK4HLR listening.
VK4 HLR, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. Before we continue on, is there anyone else who wants to join the net? VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta now listening? Okay, I got a digital tone. Anyone else want to join the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club Wednesday night net before we continue on? VK4BAD? No, all I'm getting is just a tone. Other than that, nothing else. Nothing else comes through. So we know someone else is there. Do you want to try again, VK4BAD, last turn before I continue on there? Over. Okay, nothing heard on that lot. Okay, as you're aware, last weekend I was camping out, doing the Jota Jotai weekend, and we had. On the Saturday, we had 6 hours. What we were doing was 1 hour per group. There was 6 groups. There was 10 scouts, cubs, guides, and joeys in the groups. Oh, and adventurers. We did have one lot which were adventurers. That was on the Saturday, so we had 60 scouts and cubs, and all that went through on the Saturday. We had Ryan, K7 November Oscar Juliet. We had a Papa Uniform 2 CAR. We had a WK2B. So we had, there's quite a few on that list. I won't go through them all. I have logged them down. We also had a VK2 Echo Papa, Steve. We had a couple of VK4s, VK1. So we had a good little turnout. As you're all aware, this was my first time being at that place. So I had a recce. I done a bit of a recce while I was out there, and also the weekend I was using it as a shakedown for some of the new equipment which I'll be putting up onto the repeaters. We did have a few little hiccups with. Please stand by. VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta returning. Okay, we did have a few little hiccups on the Sunday afternoon. Started off with one of my power supplies decided to stop putting output power out, which I haven't had a look at yet, but it's probably the internal fuse is probably gone in that. As I said, I haven't had a chance to have a look at that as yet. The EchoLink, the VK4BAD EchoLink tablet decided to fall over around about midday Saturday. And that was a non-recoverable. So what I've done there on Monday was I've just purchased 2 brand new laptops for one for the Echo Link. And since I use the same tablet, which is roughly about the same age as the one which just fell over for the C4FM, I am replacing the C4FM's tablet with a new computer as well. So I'm hoping that well, they should be arriving at my place Friday. If not Friday, they'll be arriving Tuesday. If they don't arrive this Friday coming, they'll arrive the following Tuesday. And so the following Tuesday, so next Tuesday week, you will have the Echo Link system and the C4FM systems up on the repeaters. Stand by. VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta returning. So with our little bit of a shakedown, as I said, I was using last weekend as a bit of a shakedown on the equipment. And I did expect failures in some of them. That's why I give them a harsh testing there. So since they fell over, so that's what I'm doing at the present time. Not this Tuesday week. Echo Link should be on 146.675, this repeater which we're on at the moment, and C4FM will be up on the 70 centimeter repeater where it used to be. The difference between the C4FM, I'll get into it on this one where I'm on there. When we had the C4FM on the 70 centimeter repeater to start off with, everything was C4FM compatible up on the mountain. Now, since we've changed all the upgrades and that on the mount, the radios up on the mountain are not C4FM compatible. So, to make them compatible, the C4FM will be running on an analog system. So it will be analog coming in and digital going out. Meaning that you won't be able to access everything like you would if you were running digital. Being an analog going in. So you'll be FM in on your C4FM. You will not be digital going in if you've got a C4FM radio. It will be under your... The easiest way to do it is you got your DTMF. Anyone? Stand by. VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta returning. Anyone who's got a DTMF microphone, all you do is put your DTMF tones in, and you'll get the channels you want. That is the easiest way to explain it. Okay, yeah. next Tuesday week, the Echo Link and the C4FM should be up and operational on the mountain. There. VK4, before we start this last round, is there anyone else wants to join the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club's Wednesday night net? Call in now, please. Okay, nothing heard. VK4, Mike, Echo, back to you there, Eric. VK4BAD.
Yeah, Roger, VK4BAD and the group VK4 Mike Echo. Yeah, Roger, and that's got all of that there, and I'll be looking forward to the 438 DMAR 700 being open there, and that'll be good there to get on Wires X there. And also there, I'm trying to get a bit of a group going, like on 5:30, 6 o'clock. You know, as the boys are going to work. I remember when I was working there in the Earth Movement game and that, we'd get there 45 minutes before time and have a bit of a yak and a cup of coffee and one thing and another there, and have the machines idling over, the old D9, D10 and scrapers and everything. And I'm trying to get it going a little bit there. It'd be, you know, everybody's sort of pulling their boots on about that time, and it'd be nice to get to know everybody a little better and things like that. I'm sure you understand what I mean there, Merv. And it'd be great there, mate. I don't know. What do you think about it, Merv, Don, and Ian? And give me your thoughts there. You know, because it won't be long and it'll be bloody daylight at 3:30 in the morning. The man will be up there. You know, got bloody heavy velvet curtains here, but you know, when the lights up, you sort of the bloody magpies are out the back chirping, wanting to feed, and you know, you sort of get up and. You know, that's the way it is here in Queensland, mate, there. So you might give me a bit of an idea. What do you reckon there, Merv, around about, say, 6 o'clock? Something like that there, mate. VK4, Echo, Mike, VK4, Mike, Echo there. What do you reckon, Merv, over?
Oh, dear me. Okay, Eric, VK4, Mike, Echo with the group, VK4, Echo, Mike. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful idea, anything to promote amateur radio and try and get more people on the bands. And you wouldn't get too many from the Toowoomba area because there's not too many around Toowoomba that can get into this repeater. I don't really know why, because it really hammers in here. But yeah, all we can do is put out the word. I can't see anything wrong with that. If you're going to say, you know, you're going to start at 5:30 and you only get a couple show up and more show up at 6 o'clock, well, you know, you being the net controller, it's up to you to make that decision and to tell us, you know, what's going on. Yeah, okay, you're talking about the magpies. Well, there's a good name for the group, the magpie group, or the early morning magpie net. There used to be a net years ago, wasn't there, Gary? What was it called, the Pee-wee net or something? And I remember listening to that when I was unlicensed and only had a broken down old receiver that didn't work very well at all. I think maybe one of the fellas from Toowoomba was the net controller of that. I mean, that's going back, way back in the 70s. All right, yeah, I'm all for it, Eric. I reckon it's a wonderful idea. As I said, if you can promote amateur radio in one way or another by starting another net, good on you. Let's get at it. All right, I'll listen till the end of the net, and we'll catch you all soon anyway. But I've written down some of the information here, and I'll pass it on to some of the fellas in Toowoomba that can get in, and are up that time of the morning. So, anyway, I wonder how you went today, Don, with the doctor, and you said John was going in for X-rays too. So I hope all those results come out and, saying that you're much younger. Every time I go to the doctor and say something, oh, my leg's aching or my back's aching or I can't pee over the fence anymore and that sort of stuff, And the doctor says, oh, you're not going too bad for a bloke your age. Is that an easy way out or what does he say that to everyone? On to you, Ian. With your 6 metres, you want to do something about that. 6 metres has been extremely active, although it wasn't today. I didn't make one single contact. But some jays, you could sit there for 2 hours if you wanted to, working jays. And there is a few other stations amongst it, like Korea and China and the Philippines, Fiji, the Cook Islands, Hawaii, some North American stations. So if you're going to chase DX on 6 metres, you need an antenna that's going to be horizontal. Or if not, if you're going to work the repeaters, you need one that's going to be vertical. So all you really need to do is make yourself a dipole out of aluminium, which is about 1440 each side, I think, with about a 10 mil gap in the middle, and whack it up on something. And there's a lot of fellas around are using the, just the single dipoles. Just let things catch up there a bit. And they do work extremely well. They do work better if they've got about 5 elements on them, but, just a single dipole will do the job. And when 6 metres is open and the band goes crazy, you really don't need a great whopping antenna. Of course, a bigger antenna does help. All right, on to you, Ian. VK4 IJP in the group, VK4 Echo Mike. Good evening to you all.
Yeah, thanks, Merv. Yeah, I'm in the midst of building a dual band for 10 and 6 metres beam, so that will work out all right. So it's going to be 4 elements on 10 metres. No, maybe 4 elements. Oh, maybe 3 elements. I've forgotten now. So my boom is about 400 millimetres short of getting in the extra director. But anyway, and then 6 metres. I think that will give me about 4 elements, or maybe even 5 elements beyond 6 metres. So I could be quite happy about that. But I'm also toying with the idea of just putting 2 elements on for 15 metres. I don't know. Sort of becomes a question, where does it stop? But anyway, but I'm definitely going to do the 10 and 6 metre beam. But I'd like to get a vertical going. I've sort of had a couple of goes at doing flower pots. One sort of worked quite well, then it got damaged, and I built another one, and it just wasn't very good. So I'm just sort of getting a little bit fed up, and I'm just going to go to, as I said, maybe just make a quarter wave ground plane, a sloping ground plane. And I've just got to go and get some more aluminium tubing to do this beam. So I've just, hopefully I'll get around to get my brackets made for that, to get the rotator on the roof, which will be about 5 and a bit metres off the ground, so that will give me a fairly good height. Anyway, the trials, tribulations, antennas, and that, it's all fun and games. And also I've been having to do other things in between as well, do the housework and all the manly chores around the place. There's no end to it. Anyway, over to Don. VK4FAX of the group, VK4IJP.
VK4IJP with the group VK4FAX returning. Yeah, thanks Gary for running the show this evening. Move the doctor's appointments or the x-rays are all tomorrow, not today. ZJE goes in at 7 o'clock up at St Andrews, having a PET scan there, and my appointment down at, what do they call it, Dunning Downs x-rays not till 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So we probably won't know anything until next week, so I'd say. But all good. We'll cross fingers and see what happens. I've got my two eldest grandsons are here this evening for dinner, so I should probably duck back over there and spend a little bit more time with them. And just with the 6-metre antenna, I built one 2 years ago and it's still hanging on the wall. I haven't got it up and trimmed it yet, so work gets in the way or other things, bowling, whatever. But I had a bit of an offer by one of our other amateurs to give me a hand with the antennas, so hopefully early next year when he's back on deck we'll be able to get in and do a bit with them. Anyway, I'll thank you once again, Gary, and everyone for being there, and I'll go off and see the grandsons, and I'll hand it on to Russell, VK4HLR with the group VK4FAX. Good night all.
VK4ASX. Oh, Don, thanks very much, mate. VK4HLR. Oh, no, I could sympathise with that, guys. I got my results back last Wednesday, I think it was. I went to my doctor, and all the tests come back. He said, you got a body of a 40-year-old man. I said, that's excellent. I said, if I got a body of a 40-year-old man, why do I feel like I'm 80? He said, you bloody are 80. Oh, yeah, well, that'd be right. He's a real smart ass, my doctor. But there you go. But, yeah. But, no, I didn't, I thought Toowoomba would have had better coverage on this repeater than me. I mean, this repeater works fine here. I was trying X7000 vertical, and when everybody's on, I get a full signal strength from everybody. Well, through the repeater. And, no, that's not strange. I mean, Toowoomba's closer to Dalby than I am. And they can't get them. Something wrong there, mate. Maybe they don't want to talk to us, that's what it is. But there you go, never mind. It's just one of them things. It's it'll crop it, it'll sort itself out. But anyway, that's just the thing it is. I went down and I went out to look at my solar panels today because I got in the car last week and I looked at it. It was stinging all day, and usually it registers 2,200 for the inverter. So I went down yesterday and the day before, and it's only registering 180. 1,080 instead of 2,200. So it looks like I might have to ring up the solar people and get them to come down and check it out. Because I certainly don't want to go paying the electric company for their very expensive electricity there. We'll put it back to you, Gary. We'll be on the side remain until the net's closed. VK4 HLR. VK4, I think it's Golf Romeo Delta, or what you can call it that. BAD, sorry, yeah, BAD. And we'll put it over to you, Gary, mate, over.
VK4 BAD coming back from VK Okay, VK4HLR, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Ambler Radio Club. Before I close off the net, is there anyone else want to come in and say hello, goodbye before we close the net? VK4BAD? Okay, nothing heard at the present time. Yeah, okay. Remember, actually, the Bunya Mountains is further north than what Dalby is. And of course, our repeater is on the Northern Hill. But mind you, saying that as well, at Grand Central shopping centre with a handheld, you could access our repeater there. So if the Toowoomba guys have got base antennas, they should have no hassles at all getting into the repeater. Consideration they're up on a sort of a hill. Yeah. Anyway, with that one there, this is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Is there anyone else want to come in and say hello, goodbye before we close the net? VK4BAD?
Just want a quick word before you go there, Gary.
Okay, there, Eric. VK4, Mike Echo Echo, VK4BAD.
Roger there, thanks very much there. Yes, I'm going to start the net, say 6 o'clock in the morning. Most of the boys putting the boots on and getting ready to go out to the car there, Merv, and I think we'll call it the Magpie net. You got a good suggestion there, Merv, and me magpies are calling out the back of the door there. They won't be long and they're bringing their babies again there to feed, so we'll call it the Magpie net at 6 o'clock. So spread the word, and it'd be good to hear everybody going to work and, you know, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff there. Thanks very much there, Gary, for running the net, and thanks for letting me pop in to try and get this morning net going, the Magpie net there, mate. Over.
No worries there, Eric. Merv, if you're still listening, if I remember rightly, it was the Mudlark net back in the earlier days. There, I'm pretty sure it was the Mudlark net. But no problems on that one. Okay. Next year when I do Jotai next year, as I was saying there before I closed the net off, I did have a look around. I did have a talk to the person who was running the camp, and I was on the main oval, situated on the main oval there this weekend, and after having a look at the lay of the land and all that, I asked if I could go around the back of the building instead of being in the front, and there is quite a few nice high trees with lateral limbs coming out, where I could easily throw a haul rope up, and there is ample space to run multiple antennas, long wires. I could easily put a 160 metre in there. So what I run at home, the ones I'm making at the moment will work there. And since all the equipment which I took this year will be already operating through the mount, next year I'm going to be running slow scan television, and I'll have a talk to the head and see if I could actually bring bring my audio visual equipment with me, and so I could actually do some on-air stuff live what we're doing at the moment. I know that I've got to get permission from every parent. Stand by, VK4BAD. Okay, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta. I heard a mic chunk. Is someone else want to call in, VK4BAD?
Sorry, Gary, I dropped the mic. Sorry, mate.
No worries there, Eric. Yeah, as I said, I heard the mic chunk, so I wasn't too sure if someone wanted to call in or what, but no problems. Yeah, okay. And as I said, not next Tuesday, but the following week. I'm giving myself a week to put the new software in, and once the software is in the computer, I'll put them in the rack, and then they'll have their permanent homes there. So I've given it an extra week. That's where I could actually do some testing and all that. In a fortnight's time, a fortnight yesterday, Echo Link should be up and running. A fortnight from yesterday, it should be C4FM up and running on the repeaters. That's what I'm looking at the moment. As I said, I'm looking at next Tuesday as the latest before the new computers get here. So that's why it's a week after they get here, then they'll go up. Okay, with that lot there, I'd like to thank VK4, Mike Echo Eric in Maidensville. I think it's Maidensville. VK4 Echo Mike Merv in Pittsworth. VK4 IJP Ian in Proston. VK4 FAX Don in Drayton. And VK4 HLR Russell in Wandai. This is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. I'll now close the net off. I will change back to my home call of VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Faryiryland. And I'll leave the frequency open for general traffic. This is Victor Kilo 4 Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Faryiryland. Until the same time next week at 19:30 hours, 7:30 p.m. Next Wednesday for another edition of VK4BAD BadNet. VK4GRB out.
Gary, it's Maidenwell, Mike Alpha India Delta Echo November Whiskey Echo Lima Lima. Maidenwell, up in the mountains, not far from the repeater there, Gary, over.
Okay, Maidenwell. Yeah, well, I don't hardly know any of the... it's strange. I've lived in the area for about... since 2010, so 13 years. And I only know a couple of towns around the area here, which I visit. Everything else around the place, I know there is a lot of towns. I don't even know where Bell is, even though it's on the way to the Bunyas from my end, but I wouldn't even know how to get to Bell from here. So that's, you know, I stick on, you know, the road I know, it's the road I take. If there's another way or something different, I don't know them. Anyway, no worries, you're in Maiden well. There, I've jotted that down. Anyway, until the same time next week, I'd like to thank you all for being here. And this is VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo. 7-3 all. Catch us all again later. VK4GRB out.
Yeah, 73's there, and I'll try and get this net going, magpie net, 6 o'clock in the morning there, and see what we can do, and all get to know one another a little bit better there. All the brickies and that, there must be brickies and that going out there and all that sort of thing there, so we'll see what happens in the morning there, so I'll keep persevering for a couple of weeks there until everybody gets the sort of message there, and we'll see what happens there. Okay, 73's everybody, VK4 Mike Echo Echo, clear the frequency, 73's A.